By using a command, you can do the works of several commands. Can you guess which? Polyline. Let's see it. Hello viewers and welcome back to your YouTube channel, Civil Engineering with Reza. It's the continue of our AutoCAD tutorial on learning AutoCAD 2025 from basic. In this session, we are going through the polyline command. We will learn what is that, how it works, and also what is the difference between line and polyline. If you want to know their difference, be with me till the end. Let's crush it. For working with polyline, you can go to this draw panel. I told you previously, if you take your mouse on that command, which is polyline here, you can get some information. Here says that it creates a 2D polyline and is a connected sequence of segments created as a single planar object. So what is the meaning of that? It means that by using polyline, you can use two performance of the draw commands, which is the line and also the arc. So it has sub-commands inside that. It means that by using just polyline, you can use both features of line and arc. Also, if you finished your work by using this, all of them are as one object. Now, it might be vague for you, but I will make it clear if you wait till the end. Now, if I want to call my command, I will go to this polyline, left click on that. Now, like the line, it asks me about the start point. I say that, okay, it's my start point, an arbitrary point. It has some sub-commands, as you can see here. Until now, it's 5, but after doing some works and continuing that, it will change to 6. In line, as you remember, we had close and undo, but here we have that undo, but we have some more subcommands, which is arc, half width, length, undo, and width. We will talk about the arc and length in our future tutorial. Why? Because now we don't have any information on what is arc and how it is performance is. So please wait for our tutorial on arc. After learning that, I will go deeply on these subcommands of polyline. But this session, we will focus on half width, and also close and undo. In working with line, as you remember, we were working with no width. We can assign some widths for our line, but with another tricks by using the layers and other properties that we will go through them in our future tutorials. But directly, if we want to say AutoCAD that I want to assign widths to my line, but be careful, here is the point. I can give different width. It means that the start point and end point widths can be different. In this case, polyline can work for you. So let's talk about half width and width difference. Look, if your project or your example says that the line width is 8, now there is difference between using half width and width command here. If you use half width, you need to enter the value of 4. Why? Here you want to say that my real value is 8, my project, but half of that is 4. So if I want to do this, I come here for the start point. If I want to activate my subcommand of half width, I can do in 2 ways. One of them is clicking on that. The other one is typing in the command line or in dynamic input. The first letter of this subcommand, which is highlighted in blue, can be typed as its alias. If I type H, it brings me the command of half width, and if I type W, it activates the command of width. I type H. So my example was 8. Now I say that because I use half width, I need to add half of that 8, means 4, as my initial point. I select that. Be careful, I told you, we can have different start and end point width, but in here, in first step, I want to have the same start and end point width. So I can here enter my value, but if it is same to the initial point, if I add enter, the AutoCAD understands that they are same. So I add enter without giving any value. Now, as you see, here I have a line which is different from my command of line, because in line there was no thickness. But here my line has its own width here. If I select my second point, I have this. So this time I call my command width. I can directly come here and select this. Now width is activated. As you see, it directly changed my value to 8. So it knows that when I was using half width, it was 4. Now, because AutoCAD wants to continue with the same value, when I selected width, it says that now it's time to double that value, which was 4 and 8, the real value of your project. Now, if I consider that, okay, it's right, I say enter. It's for a start point. But I promised you that we can draw with different start and end point width. So here I say that my width is 1. So I type 1 and enter. It will be like a triangle, as you see here. Now I have the start point width that is here is 8, but the end point is 1. It was this case and the difference between half width and width. But I told you, after using my command, at first it was 5 commands, subcommands here, but now it is 6. Because we can have close like line here, close our object. Here, because we have more than 2 lines, now it can be closed. If I choose C, for a close here, or type C and enter, we can close our figure. If I zoom out, you can see that our figure is like this. The first point has same the constant thickness, means that the constant width. The second one has start with thicker width and end with narrower width, and the third one is the thickness with the smallest value that I gave, which was 1. It was all about the polyline, but polyline is not finished yet, because I promised you that in our future tutorial we will learn about its subcommand, which is arc and length. But as I promised you, what is the difference between line and polyline? One of them was this: you can draw with a different line width. The other one, which is really important, is this point. If I select my object here, you see that as it has been mentioned on its tutorial, when I keep my mouse on that command, it told me you create one object. So it is one object, although I draw 3 lines, but all of them are one object. Let's come to the line and do the same. Now I come here and I draw that. It's my first line, it's my second line, and the third line. Now, if I use enter, if I select them, you see that all of the lines are separate objects. In here, I have one object, but here I have 3 segments, 3 objects. It was the main difference between working with the line and polyline. What can be their most effective case, we will learn that in our future workings, for example, if we use offset and other things or other commands, using polyline can make our work more fast. It was all information, the basic information about the polyline, and thanks for watching. On next tutorial, I will try to give you information about object snaps. What are object snaps? Let me show you quickly here. If I draw my line, you can see that if I come here, I can have green squares or green triangles here, or some kind of parallel lines here. We have these helping parts, we call them object snaps, makes our drawings more exact. So please wait to our next tutorial and we will talk about object snaps. If you liked this video, push that thumb up. And also, if you know that someone is learning AutoCAD and this information can help him or her, please send it and share it with them. And subscribe to our channel to update yourself with our new information and new uploaded videos. Thanks for watching. Best wishes. Take care and goodbye.